Hello all, welcome to day 31. This is a crisp morning, again, kind of mid-20s. Haven't brought the GoPro up here yet. This place is awesome little dirt road, kind of just up the road from mine. Solid little climb, just doing it out and back a few times. It's pretty cool. It's really pretty. Love it up here. Those of you that follow me on Strava, above me to the camera's right is the hilly neighborhood that I run when I want to get in some decent vert close to home. There's an old road that was cut in just behind me, and you can cut through. It's a neighborhood. I was just trying to be sensitive to the house there. I don't want to bother anybody. Okay, so yeah, so cut through over to the neighborhood. I don't know if you saw that stone little well house that I took a picture of a little bit back. That was up that trail. Just random old structure. But this is cool back here. Just under 2 miles out and back. And like I said, some good little climbing and descending, but it's mostly, as you can see, dirt / gravel. So I guess there's only about maybe about a mile total. Oh, excuse me. It's actually, it's just under 2 miles out, I should say. It was about 3.7 out and back. So about a mile of that is paved, half out, half back. So it's really nice. It's quiet, not a lot of cars. Obviously, Miles and I can kind of run unperturbed. So, haven't really done this one as an out and back much, but today I started, the legs were kind of meh. They feel fine now. Took me a little bit to warm up. Just taking it easy. Got 9.5 today, and then strides on the treadmill. So, and then lifting. Did my core yesterday. Got that in. So that was everything checked. Yeah, I was kind of thinking as I was running here about what I would talk about on this this little jaunt. And yesterday kind of talked about running at different times of the day, to get used to what you'll feel like. And I thought maybe today we touch a little bit on nutrition. So, start by saying nutrition for running, so far as racing goes. I'm not talking about like daily nutrition. Talk about what you eat when you're racing. Well, it should be practiced so that it's rote. Your body knows to expect something at a certain interval. In a marathon, You know, that could be anywhere from every 20 minutes or even less, depending if you're getting calories through fluids, to 40 or 45 minutes, depending on your body and your caloric intake. Some people can stomach much more calories than others. If you listen to the Hellbender podcast about training for Hellbender, and Patrick Reagan tries to get it about 400 calories an hour. Now, of course, Patrick is going at a super hard rate and needs to keep that up. He's a small guy, which is surprising, you know, that his caloric intake is so high, but that's what works for him. Some people, it's 200 calories an hour, you know, so, and some it's in between. I'm in between. I'm pretty good around 30 to 35 minutes. You know, as an ultra goes and it gets longer, it may become more frequent. So yeah, I just try to make sure I listen to my body. And it's kind of like training. Gotta listen to your body and what it's telling you. Are you feeling like a lull? That might be a signal, you know, to have something to eat. And listen to your cravings. Like, what do you want? Are you craving something salty? And those are signals from your body that it needs some salt. So have those options available to you. And you got to practice them in training. So when you're out doing your long run, you know, that's a time to practice things. And that would include, if you're doing an ultra, if you think you're going to eat something at an aid station, you need to practice that just to know how your body reacts to it. So that might mean either setting up your car as an aid station and doing shorter loops so that you can access these different things. Like, for instance, if you think you're gonna eat pizza or a hamburger or a sandwich or whatever, a hummus wrap, avocado, you should really try all of those things in your training, and not just once, multiple times under multiple circumstances, under multiple conditions. So how does it react when it's cold? How do you react when it's hot? Get to know these things, because those conditions can change how you are gonna react to the digestion of the food. So yeah, set up an aid station. You know, when I was training for Umstead, I did a 50 miler and I did a 12.5 mile lap out and back. And at the end, I would refuel my pack with everything that I needed for that lap and grab a little bit of food and, you know, eat on the lap. So I was practicing my interval, practicing calorie intake, practicing different things, seeing how my body reacted. That goes for your fluids too. If you're planning on using a certain type of supplement, whether it be Scratch or Tailwind or Roctane, anything like that, you know, you should definitely try them and see what works. And again, try them in different conditions. I know that the higher sodium content in Tailwind works better for me when it's hot, whereas Roctane might work better for me when it's colder because I don't need as much sodium. So, you know, think about those factors. Think about what you need and how much you need to replace. You know, that comes down to your sweat rate and calculating your sweat rate. And again, that's going to vary, especially in an ultra where you're going to have such high variation in temperatures because of the highs and lows of the day, and you're running for so long. all things to take into account. How much fluid do you need? How many liters of fluid do you need? Or how many ounces do you need per hour to replace your sweat rate? Not only the sodium and electrolytes, but the fluid itself. Gels they're convenient, but they're not always the best for everybody. Some people can't tolerate them, so try different consistencies. Those being like the blocks, the chews, waffles. Try different food. I mean, it doesn't always have to be from an energy company. Gummy bears work great for me. Baby food works great for me. Think outside the box. Energy bars, granola bars, and think about, again, you may be training when it's warm. What happens when it gets cold? What happens to that gel? Can you get it down? Can you chew a block? If it's super cold, in the weather we're going into, what's going to happen to your food? Is it going to be as easy to get down due to how cold it's going to be? Can you keep them warm by keeping them closer to the body? Perhaps you put your shell over your vest and keep the food as close as you can to your body so that it keeps it warm. Where can you put them on your pack that might keep them warmer? Do you have some pouches under your arms where they'll be shielded a little bit more and a little bit warmer? So, think about your pack and your carrying system. Is it going to be helping you and viable for your race solutions? I'll talk about packs in another one. Wearing mine today just helped me carry camera and phone, but gotta start getting used to wearing my packs again. We're still trying to decide if my wife can come out to Arizona and crew for the 100K. If not, I try to figure out if somebody can. So still some question marks there. But back to nutrition. If you're in an ultra and you have crew, or even if you don't, you have a drop bag, think about having multiple options in that drop bag. Don't just assume you're going to be good off of one gel, especially for a longer race, or one flavor. Give yourself some options. Sweet, savory, salty. Have those things, so that when you get in, if the sweet's not going down, you try something savory or salty. See if that works. And if you're having gut issues, stomach distress, and it's consistent in your races, I suggest talking with a registered dietitian, kind of getting some new ideas, discussing your, caloric needs, discussing, a good race plan, race strategy that you can try in training. And it's always good to have some setup races or setup runs like I talked about when I had that 50 miler. That was just a run I made up that simulated the Umstead course. But it was good practice to try everything. Long run. Took me 7.5 hours to run 50. And I got to, try my nutrition plan. It was like a simulated race day. I covered half the distance. That was supposed to be my goal of the pace, but it didn't work out that way. But anyhow, it's good to have those simulations, kind of get you mentally prepared, try out everything, try out your gear, try out your race strategy, your pacing strategy, you know, and again, make it comparable to the course, whatever factors you can. Lots of stuff. You know, we can go off various offshoots off this topic, so I'll save that for another day. But thanks for joining me. Day 31. Got a group run tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so look forward to that. I hope everybody has a great time, gets to see some friends and family, and I hope you have a lot to be grateful for. I'll talk to you tomorrow.